Hi Scorpio, welcome to May 2019. I can't believe it's already freaking here. What the fuck? You guys did awesome on last month's video. Thank you so very much. Oh look, hi, how are ya? Death reversed coming out front and center here. Some of you guys could be dealing with some illnesses. Some of you guys could be dealing with some slow moving endings that are have you a little bit afraid to let go all the way, or a slow moving ending that's going on outside of you that you can't control, that you just wish would be over, and it feels like it's like taking fucking forever. You know what I mean? By the way, hi, I'm Tawny. I'm unprofessional. Oh, wow. Okay, so like just when you were least expecting it. Hi, here's love. How are we? What can I do for you? You know? All of a sudden, we now have relationships as the focus of Taurus season, because Taurus is your opposite sign and your house of relationships. So this could go a few different ways. You could either have a Gemini, a new Gemini in your life that is very clingy, or that you don't want to let go of. Or it could just be a relationship in general that you're not wanting to let go of, that you're not wanting to end, or that you would wish would end, but they just won't let go. Or it could be a Leo with the sun here, possibly even a Taurus, because the sun is in Taurus right now and we have the sun card and that's where the sun is. So this could also be a Taurus or even another Scorpio. But there's some relationships that either you're not wanting to let go of, but astrology-wise, Scorpio, this month is actually in these three cards right here. It is all about shining a light on your relationships, right? Shining a light on your relationships that don't give you freedom. Because now with Uranus in your 7th house of your interpersonal relationships, whether that's with a business partner, whether that's with work, whether that's with an actual love relationship or your friends, just your interpersonal relationships, your relationships with commitments involved, or your relationships with some kind of binding in them. Not necessarily legal, but you get what I mean. With Uranus in your relationship house, you are now seeking freedom in your relationships. You don't want to be held down. And if you are cross-watching for Scorpio, the worst thing that you could do is cling to them. The worst thing that you could do is not let them be free. They may be acting a little bit weird with Uranus in their 7th house, because they are looking for something erotic. They are looking for something new, something shiny, something different, something strange. And Scorpio, you could be kind of looking around this month and being like, wait a second, where have all these people came from? Where have all these relationships that I have, like these friends or these new people in my life or these people I'm seeing or these people I'm dating, like where has all of this come from? Like these are not people I would normally vibe with. Like, who is that? That's kind of weird. That's kind of strange. That's kind of shocking, kind of out of nowhere. Where did this come from? Why is this here right now? And it could be a lot of clarity for you this month. You are like really starting to realize what relationships in your life are letting you express your own freedom, your own individuality, and which relationships are holding you back from doing that. Some of you that might have been over love or might have left somebody may have some new suitors coming in because, well, it's Taurus season, and after all, this is your relationship house. So it looks like there's a little bit of a situation going on in the home life. It looks like some of you may have walked away from a crowded situation in the home life, or may have had some words to say to some people in your family possibly, or that you live with. But it seems to be possibly helping things, because the Three of Pentacles is upright and the Four of Pentacles is reversed, but the Four of Wands is reversed, but the Four of Wands isn't that bad reversed, so it's all Gucci. Anyways, so yeah, Taurus is your 7th house of your relationships. Uranus is making things strange, erotic, weird, shocking, bringing in all kinds of like shocking out of nowhere people into your life, shaking up your relationship sector of your life. And you're just like, there's some things that you don't want to let go of, or there's some people that don't want to let go of you. Anyways, so it's freedom that you now seek in your relationships, like I was saying before. But the Sun and Mercury are coming in. The Sun is already here. Mercury is coming in the first week of May. And this is going to really shine a light on the ones in your life that you don't feel like you can freely express yourself to, and that you don't feel give you freedom. You don't really want clinging anymore. Some of you may still be clinging to certain relationships, but I think this month is really going to shine a light for you on where you need to kind of let go if you're the one clinging. So, anyways, Mercury will also help you out here, because it's going to really help you speak your truth. It's really going to help you make the decision. And for whatever reason, all my readings, a lot of my readings for Scorpio for like all last month, even my readings over on Patreon, were all about this truth that like you guys weren't wanting to speak for some reason, or that someone wasn't wanting to speak. There was like this truth that needed to be spoken. So with Mercury coming in here in your relationship sector, this is really going to give you clear communication and clear thoughts to speak your truth, which is very good. So the new moon in Taurus we have on the 4th, and this is also going to be very good. It could bring in new opponents into your relationship life. Could be new relationships developing, meeting new people. This could also be very good for romance and things like that. So even if you're single and you're like, I don't care about love, it's gonna be pretty hard to get away from this month. Like, I'm just letting you know. It's gonna be pretty hard to avoid because the sun is in your opposite sign, and so people are kind of attracted to you right now, Scorpio. Even though you feel like you might be a hot mess right now, or you don't have your shit together, or you're living in some kind of fear, or you might not even feel like you're yourself right now. With your card here reversed, it seems like people still are drawn to you. Like, they're fucking drawn to you, bro. I mean, I'm just saying. So, anyways, if you're like sick, or you're feeling sick, or you're not feeling well, I feel like, as crazy as this might sound, you may be holding on to something that this season is going to illuminate for you that you need to let go. So whether like you're sick because, and you don't really know why just yet, but you keep getting sick and say it's because of the way you eat, or a habit that you have that's unhealthy, or something along those lines that you're holding on to, this season is going to illuminate that for you, okay? You have the sun upright, which will be very good for your vitality, etc., etc. And then the Lovers here, there's a choice in this. It's almost like there's something that you need to let go of to start getting better. Now, obviously this isn't going to be for all of you, so if you're watching this and you have some incurable thing, I'm very sorry, but obviously this is a general reading, so I get mixed messages for everyone. Some of you aren't sick at all. Some of you are just, either waiting for something to end that's taking forever and not ending, or you recently just went through an ending and now you have a decision to make, because the Lovers isn't just people or relationships or a Gemini or whatever. This can also be a very big life-changing decision. There could be something that needs to end so you could walk down this new life path, but we are not wanting to let go of something for this to end, possibly, or someone's not wanting to let go. Anyways, so then the Five of Swords reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Four of Wands reverse. So it seems like some of you could just be like fighting with people, like irritated with people that like aren't even doing anything wrong, but you're just irritated with them, and you're just like, get the hell away from me, and you're just kind of like isolating. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so like I said, you can hide all you want, but love is going to find you. People are going to find you. They're attracted to you, When your sun is in the opposite sign, it's opposite from you. Therefore, it's like shining over on you. You know what I mean? So, some of you definitely could be isolating, like I was saying, isolating like literally from the world, and you need to get out there. You need to get out there, and I think the only way that you're going to actually heal is by getting out there, exploring, traveling. Also, some of you could be completing something, completing some kind of karmic cycle of a relationship that you're in. You have a lot of relationship stuff coming up here. You could be completing some kind of cycle to do with some kind of like connection that you had. and you may be like needing to recover from that, okay? Some of you are trying to hide from a connection. Like, I don't know why I keep getting that. Like, it's kind of like a catch me if you can type of energy. It's like, we don't want love, but we do, but like, we have all this like deep stuff going on that we think is deep, and that like, we have to like, you know what I mean? So, we have the Queen of Cups here, which is your energy, water energy. So, some of you could be having some affairs this month. Some of you could be trying to heal from something, especially if you're sick, if you're resonating with the whole sick thing, or just if you're resonating with the whole you just went through some kind of ending, or you just went through some kind of transformation, or you're trying to not go through this ending or transformation. Whichever storyline you resonate with here, like, some of you need to heal. Some of you guys are healing from possibly a past connection, but it's okay to have fun. Like, you don't have to get super serious right now, Scorpio. No one's asking you to like marry anyone right now. So some of you guys are definitely still healing. Some of you guys could definitely be traveling this month, and somebody could be traveling to you. So, astrology wise, next you have Venus going into Taurus, so in your relationship house as well, which brings even more of a chance for love, creativity, money, etc. in your relationship life. So this is great for business partnerships, for any kind of relationships. This is going to bring mass harmony, pleasure, creation, beauty into your relationship life. No matter how much you want to avoid it, it is coming. You can't fight it. Like, it's coming, you know? It's coming. So, like, you know, you're back and forth. Like, what do I do? Like, possibly juggling two things, two jobs, two people. Like, who knows? But you're like, what do I do? Like, I want to fight it. I want to fight it. Like, whatever. And then we have this moon bringing in opportunity all over the place for you to move forward, for you to finally step into your power, for you to finally make a decision and leave something behind. You have a lot going on here, but it's good. So, on the 15th, also, Mars goes into Cancer, which is your 9th house. Be careful, Scorpio. This could make you very opinionated. Very opinionated. And if you go trying to say too much to people, it could end up firing back on you. So, the 9th house is about your belief systems. It's also about travel. Like I said, it looks like good for travel here. It's also about my mind just like went completely blank. It's about your belief systems, it's about travel, it's about foreign lands, higher education. So you could be really driven in those areas to learn something new, to travel to somewhere you haven't been, to learn a new language, etc., etc. But with Mars here, it can be aggressive, and you might have some really, like, you know, really crazy opinions that you want to express to people, that you want to let people know about, and it could end up like getting you into like fighting with somebody. Like, you have the 5 of Swords here, the 5 of Wands here, like there's a little bit of conflict. So be careful, like try not to force your opinions on other people or pop off on other people because they don't agree with your opinion or whatever. Just be very careful with that. Mars is also about putting yourself out there, etc. So towards the middle of the month, I feel like we're kind of like getting out of hiding a little bit. We're kind of putting ourselves out there, but that's when we can run into this conflict, you know. Once we start trying to like put ourselves out there to possibly go on a trip or etc., etc., that's when we can kind of run into this conflict, because we're like, I really want to say it, but it's kind of petty. Like, is it worth it? I want to see what they do when I say it, you know, your whole Scorpio thing. Like let me say it. Like, let me just say it. Like, it's petty and I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Towards the end of the month, the full moon is in your sign, which is amazing. So this is going to bring you possible endings, like I was saying, walking away from a situation, finally realizing a situation, finally understanding things about yourself that you couldn't see before, because there's an element of things coming out that were possibly hidden from you before. This could also just be something as simple as like, I'm gonna change my appearance, or I'm gonna, you know, dye my hair, or what the hell ever. But it's looking good, Scorpio. Like, you have a pretty good reading here. So anyways, that is pretty much all for your astrology. I'm going to go over the reading one more time, so in case you didn't resonate with all of it, like, there is a few different storylines here. So you have the Death card reversed. So we're going to say, you know, right now that this means, like, okay, you could possibly be ill or something, and if so, this is taking you down a whole new direction, a new life path, and I think you're going to be better. I think you're going to have a realization of some things that you need to let go of, and I feel like that's kind of the purpose of this. For whatever reason, there's some things that you need to realize about yourself. There's some fears that you need to face here. I feel like we're kind of like there's nothing wrong with people. We just don't want to be around them because we are kind of feeling, you know, like we want to argue and shit and whatever. So then some of you could be ending some kind of very karmic connection here. Some kind of karmic situation could be coming to an end. You've finally completed some kind of cycle, and you may need to recover from it, okay? This could also be you getting better from whatever this was. You know, there could be some kind of like old thing finally coming to an end, and you might need to kind of recover from this or stay on the down low for a little bit. So then we could possibly be traveling, or someone could be traveling to us like mid-month. There could be a fire sign coming in possibly, or some kind of change happening. Some kind of change happening on where we want to go. So you could be kind of juggling whether you want to speak your opinions, etc., etc., but you would be better off to leave it to yourself. And it looks like there's some new stuff coming in during your full moon, and it looks like you finally are able to move on from some situation, or have some kind of realization about moving on from a situation, and about, it's like new, like an ending and beginning is like the same thing to me, because when an ending happens, a beginning is already happening, right? That's kind of what we see here. Like the moon, the full moon is bringing in opportunity at the same time while you're leaving something old, you know what I mean? So back to square one. Say you're not sick or anything, say that you just dealt with some kind of ending, or you're trying to put off some kind of ending or transformation or change from happening, and you're gonna have to make a decision this month. You're going to have to pick which way you want to go, which decision you want to make. It's going to make it abundantly clear this month. Your relationships will be front and center. Like I said, there's definitely, this could even be someone coming back from the past, okay, Scorpio? This could be an ex possibly coming back from the past for some of you. But yeah, there's some kind, like the light is shining right now on your relationships, and which ones do and don't give you freedom. Which ones are you clinging to? Which ones do you need to let go of? Or which ones do you need to get out of your life because they're clinging to you, whatever. You could be kind of a little bit on the edge with working with others this month, or with your friends, or a situation, or whatever. You're kind of over it. Some of you could be making up with some friends that you kind of had some harsh words with, something along those lines. And then there's some kind of completion or awakening moment about a connection. You know, maybe you put this connection to rest from the beginning, like I was talking about, and now you can move on, but you will need like a small recovery time for it. Yeah, you will be okay, you will heal, you will get better, and move on to bigger and better things. Towards mid-month, we're finally like getting out, possibly traveling, going somewhere. There's some change coming in. There's possibly a fire sign coming in, or another water sign here for some of you. Make sure that you are being careful with what you say, being careful with your opinions, not juggling back and forth. There's a lot of decision here as well, Scorpio. So a lot of choice, a lot of decision. I mean, you have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of choices, a lot of decision for some of you. So, and your new moon is bringing in a new beginning and an ending simultaneously, just like the World. So as soon as you kind of let go of this past connection, this past karmic connection, whatever it is, or some kind of old relationship, boom, the universe brings you a new one in. Like before you can even say anything or recover, honestly. Because guess what? Uranus is in your sign, so the lesson here is all about relationships and breaking away relationships that are unhealthy, unstable, or whatever, or making the relationships that are unstable more unstable, so you can see how unstable they are, so you can start solidifying your relationships. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Anyways, I love you, Scorpio. That is your guys' reading for May. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to read more over on Patreon, so we're going to clarify a lot of this. Look at the bottom of the deck. You have some interesting stuff here. So, yeah, we're going to clarify even more of this over on Patreon. We're going to get in deep, get down and dirty. And yeah, so if you want to check out my Patreon, check out the description down below, or check out the little eye up in the corner. I think it's up that way, actually. So yeah, check out the eye. And yeah, you get tons of exclusive readings over on my Patreon. If you want a personal reading, check out the description below as well. All you have to do is send me an email or go to my Facebook page and click book now, and you can set it all up right there. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a good month, Scorpio. Be careful if you are feeling ill. I hope you guys feel better soon.